All right, well, welcome. We're here with Rodney Green Jr., fourth round draft pick of the Oakland A's today. So we wanted to open it up for questions for you guys that you may have of Rodney. Go ahead and get started with Steve from the Chronicle.
Rodney, congrats.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it, Steve.
What's the past 36 hours been like for you?
Yeah, man. Definitely. It was a little stressful, especially going to bed last night a little bit. But I knew I'd be able to sleep okay. So waking up this morning, just kind of just been motivated since I woke up this morning, and I knew today was the day. I had a good feeling, and yeah, man, I'm just really excited.
Do you know many people in the A's organization?
Not really. I do a lot of research. I saw the first couple guys who got picked. Nick Kurtz and Tommy White. I'm excited to meet those guys and stuff like that. So yeah, I think that'd be a pretty cool experience.
Growing up, Giants fan or A's fan?
I actually grew up both. I was Giants
Okay.
and A's. Obviously, I went to a lot of more A's games since it was closer and stuff like that. But I migrated to the Giants a little bit. But yeah, I'm definitely A's fan. More now. So for sure.
Was there somebody growing up, either Giants or A's or somebody else in the bigs who you not necessarily idolized, but maybe wanted to emulate? Was there a
Yeah,
favorite?
Ricky Henderson is one of my favorite players. He's one of my favorite players for a very long time, along with Ken Griffey, Jr. and stuff like that. But yeah, Ricky Henderson is kind of who I model my game after. I like to steal bases, so yeah, definitely.
Jake?
Jake?
Yeah. Uh, uh, how would you assess your junior season?
Yeah, I would say honestly, I thought the way that I fought through everything and stuff like that, with everything that went down and how it went down, I thought I had a pretty good season. For the biggest thing for me was honestly, getting those younger guys ready and stuff like that, and continuing to get them to understand, the game and stuff like that. But the biggest thing for me was, obviously, staying there mentally, being able to just root on my team, and that was one thing that I focused on this year. And so I feel like overall, my just whole performance that I had this past season was, honestly, what I was looking forward to, especially towards the end of the season. So yeah, for sure.
Um, from a major league perspective, what do you think you do well? What do you think you need to improve on?
Yeah, I would say something I do really well. I love. I think defense is something that comes to me pretty easily. I've always been taught to just go get the ball, and as you get older, you start learning the ins and outs. All the footwork and stuff like that, and the more you play the game, the more you start to understand and how to take routes to the ball and stuff like that. So yeah, I would say that would be something that I'd be pretty good. Obviously, my speed and my power is, real and stuff like that. And just being able to continue work on that kind of stuff. And honestly, for me, just being able to continue work on just being able to stay locked in for longer periods of time, deeper in games and stuff like that. I think that's going to be very important. So just being able to continue focusing on, being locked in, those last couple innings when the game gets long. So yeah, for sure.
Uh, do you think your swing's okay?
Oh yeah, no, for sure. I think my swing's great. I think I've been working, really hard, especially this off season. Even I was literally about to get some work in tonight. The grind doesn't stop. Doesn't stop here. So, I'm excited. To be where I am, and yeah, it's just the beginning.
Ronnie, have you heard from some of the guys, either your teammates or guys who are in pro ball now, whether it be Darren Baker or Dylan Beavers or uh, Marcus Simeon or Mark Cannon, any of those guys, the last 8 hours or so, or 4 hours, I guess?
Yeah, I've heard from a couple guys, Dylan Beavers, Nathan Martorella, obviously, my whole team. They're very supportive and stuff like that. And a lot of the older guys, obviously, they keep up with us from past years and stuff like that. So just being able to hear from them and stuff, means a lot. So yeah, pretty excited.
What's one thing that you think you're much better at doing now, 3 years having played at Cal, than you would have been, or that when you came out of high school And a lot of guys do sign out of high school. What's one or two things that you've really improved in your game, or maybe just in your personality, for 3 years at Cal?
Yeah, I feel like honestly more so just being myself. And the biggest thing is just like, being able to just like be there mentally. I feel like the game, could take a toll on you, pretty, oftentimes, a lot, especially, when things aren't going your way, So I feel like the biggest thing is, like I was saying earlier, being able to continue, playing the game and not being, so timid about what's going on. So I feel like being able to just like let go of all the frustration and being able to just like play the game and have fun, was the biggest thing for me.
I've actually got a couple for you, Rodney. You just kind of touched on it, but could you kind of talk about how Cal helped you and the coaching staff helped you and what that meant to your development the last 3 years?
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, I spent a lot of time with, Noah Jackson. He's obviously my hitting coach, and, we did some outfield stuff with him as well. So, I feel like the biggest thing that I've taken away from, Noah is just being able to, like I was saying earlier, take away that mental frustration because Noah always says pressure is not real. You create your own pressure and stuff like that. So, like even when you're in big moments, stuff like that, being able to just like be bigger than that moment and stay mentally locked in is the most important thing, in that current moment, So I feel like, if you want to be a big time player, you got to be able to be, big time mentally and stuff like that. So I feel like that was a big thing that I take away from, some of those guys. And obviously, the work ethic and stuff like that. Chad, emphasizes defense a lot. So that was something I took away from Chad. And, Mike's always just been there for, us and the guys, always making sure he's fighting for us, stuff like that. So I appreciate Mike and, the staff for all that kind of stuff.
And staying on the Cal theme, did you talk to Caleb after he was drafted last night? And how cool is it to
Oh
have
yeah,
two
for
of you
sure.
guys go in the first 4 rounds?
Man, yeah, it was awesome. Honestly, I was more excited for him than myself. Being able to, watch him, and I just got back from Hawaii and stuff like that. So I got to spend some time with him, and see what it was like to be in his natural habitat, and it was honestly a blessing to be able to get out there, have some fun and so it was a really good trip. We did the camp out there for him, with Lord of My Soil. It was a very good turnout. So yeah, man, it was a blessing.
So final one for me, you're kind of Bay Area native and, then you come to Cal, then you get drafted by Oakland. I mean, what is it like to kind of have all this? Is that kind of a dream come true?
Yeah, man, absolutely. Like I said, man, it's a blessing. I'm excited. My family's excited. My mom's probably the most excited, and I feel like the biggest thing for us is we've been through a lot. So being able to say that I've done this and being able to continue my journey, and continue trying to make it to the next level. It's a huge accomplishment.
Great. Guys, do you have anything else for Rodney?
I'm good.
Okay, Rodney, thanks very much. Really appreciate you and congratulations.
Congrats, Rodney.
Awesome. I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys. I appreciate it.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Thank you guys. You guys have a good rest of your day.
Thanks.